This, our first guest, of course, is Dennis Domrzalski, ace reporter from Albuquerque Business First. Good to have you, Dennis.
Watch this, Amber. I'm exposing a little more.
You're exposing
Yes!
him? What? Caution, police.
Yes. All right, this...
I see your skin here. I can't work under these conditions.
I can't do it
Oh,
either.
good God, hostile work environment.
All right, this topic comes under the category of everybody complains about the weather, but nobody does anything about it. Well, everybody in New Mexico complains about the sluggish economy, but nobody does anything about it until this week. And we're going to talk about a reinventing our city event this Thursday that all the good offices of Albuquerque Business First, they're putting their weight behind it.
Absolutely. This is basically what it is. It's the beginning of a process. We're having an event. It's at the Albuquerque Convention Center. I think it starts 7:30. The idea is to get a bunch of people in a room, have some ideas about how we reinvent the city. And when I say reinvent, I mean how do we wean ourselves from basically total dependence, 70-year dependence on the federal government. That's what we've been.
Yeah.
How do we build a better private, more robust private sector? So other cities have done this, and they did it out of necessity. Pittsburgh lost its steel industry, totally decimated. Oklahoma City, no one wanted to live there. They lost some projects because no one wanted to live there. They sat down, they got committees of mostly private sector people, came up with a plan, a region, area-wide plan, and then executed on that plan.
Good.
And, you know, it didn't, in Oklahoma City, boy, they've been at this for like the past 15 years. They have taxed themselves, the citizens, billions. But that has, as a result, brought in billions of dollars worth of private sector investment. And we're hoping to get this started. There is nothing like this going on in Albuquerque. There has...
Say it. Go ahead.
No one has yet taken the leadership.
Right.
There might be little segments, somebody doing a little thing here, someone doing a little thing here, silos as they are called, and that ain't gonna work. So you need a bunch of people, you know, who are gonna lead this thing, and I'm hoping, and I'm gonna tell people, this is not a one-time event. This is just the start. We're hoping to spark, and I'm gonna perhaps demand that people volunteer to continue this. Someone's got to form these committees, someone's got to get stuff going, and someone's got to come up with a plan. And you can come up with a plan within certainly less than a year. Pittsburgh did it. They were executing in 9 months after they realized we can't continue like this.
Right.
So that's what we're doing.
Dennis, Albuquerque is so unique. I mean, our state, our city is unlike any other city. I mean, I know we've done really good business with the federal government for 70 years too, you know, and so we don't want to throw that out with bathwater. But what are some of the industries that are really thriving here? And are they going to be participating in the discussion?
And no one is saying throw out the federal government.
Because they do a lot of commercial business, some really good commercial projects.
But build a stronger private sector.
And sustainable.
But here's the problem. The government ain't growing anymore. For 70 years it was growing, and we were able to grow with it. It's not growing anymore, and you're probably going to continue to see decreases. That's the problem. It ain't going to go away, but you're not going to see it expand, and that's how Albuquerque has expanded. You know, I think we got some high-tech stuff here. We're looking for what a community needs are what are called economic-based jobs, or to put it better, jobs that import money. Okay, so those are jobs whose goods or services, 60, 70% of them are exported outside the state. That brings new money in, grows an economy. That's the only way you can grow an economy. We've got Andy Lim of Lavu who's going to be there. He's a young guy. He's a real go-getter. I love this guy.
I love Lavu too because their corporate culture, it's so cool. They've really modeled themselves after like a Silicon Valley startup culture. Like when you work at Lavu, they bring in lunch for everybody every single day.
Right.
Wow.
Their break room, they have instruments in the break room where you can jam out. The company car is a Tesla. I mean, people are looking for more than just high-paying jobs.
Sure.
They're motivated by other things and quality of life factors. And you know, when you talk to Andy Lim, talk to him about how did you create such a cool culture, these new businesses to attract people to come here, you know, and it's more than just salary-based.
Right.
Yeah. he's going to be there. He's one of our panelists. Now, we've got 5 panelists, but the fact is, everybody in that room is a panelist. I just can't fit 500 people up in 5 chairs. Everybody has an idea, and I want everybody to come out and tell me what you think this city can be. How do we do it? It's not, and it's beyond just the vision thing. Yeah, I get a vision, we should do this.
Yeah.
How are you going to do it?
Right.
You've got to have a plan to do this. Now, you're right in that Albuquerque is unique. We are not a Pittsburgh, and we're not even in Oklahoma City. We don't, our private sector is very small, and it doesn't have a lot of money. Pittsburgh had gobs of money that they could throw behind this effort.
And a population density
True,
that we don't have.
that we don't have. So we're really at a disadvantage. What the experts have told me when I did that story, I think it was back in February or March, is that you have to basically fashion it. It's got to be tailor-made to your place.
Right.
Okay, so
Exactly.
if we don't have billions of dollars, as someone suggested, why don't we go find a billionaire to adopt us? No, seriously.
What about Ted Turner? He adopted us a long time
Yeah,
ago.
well, he's up north. If,
You know.
yeah. But so it's got to be based on, you know, what we have here. I know some of the same old things are going to come out. We need to do tech transfer from the labs. We've been talking about that for 20 years, and it just hasn't happened.
Right.
I mean, to any degree. And I think there are reasons for that. They make defense-related stuff. They make bomb-related stuff. And it's shrouded in secrecy, as it should be.
But they also work with Goodyear to produce tires that don't explode. They do a lot of, they do a lot of work with the private sector still.
But the promise of tech transfer out of those labs has
Yeah.
not been what it was touted when Domenici and Bingham first proposed it. It's come nowhere near. And so we got to find a different way, and we've got to have to do it with less money. But I don't think I think we're pretty smart here, and I think you can tailor a situation to what Albuquerque needs.
I think what's impressive is you got 500 people to come out and participate in this on a business day.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
do you want more? And do you have?
Well, I've come 600-700 people, and I'm just letting everybody know again. This is not a one-time effort. This is not your usual breakfast where you get in there, hey, walk away and go off to your 9:30 meeting. You are going to be. I am going to ask you to participate in this ongoing effort to develop some sort of strategic plan
Yeah.
for the region. And I'm not talking just about the city. These things have to be regional. So the metro areas, Santa Fe should be involved too.
Absolutely.
And develop a strategic plan and then work on it. Someone has got to take ownership of this. Someone has got to be a leader in this. And it's usually got to come from the private sector. Government can help and they need to be there at the table, as they say. But it's the private sector that has to lead this. We've got to do something.
Wow.
Just have to.
Good
And I
for
like
you.
that you mentioned Santa Fe as being a really good, important partner.
Yeah, and I mean, they're only 50 miles away. You can't.
They're a capital, for goodness
Yeah,
sakes.
and we need to work together in this state. Business people need to work together. Academia, government. All these things have been operating in what they call these little silos. Everybody dislikes each other. They don't trust each other. Everybody's got to work together on this. And the other thing is, a lot of people are going to come up with good ideas. This is what has happened in these other places. But not every idea is going to.
Manifest.
Right.
Yeah, so you've got to be prepared, and you've got to have some concessions, and you've got to be willing to cooperate for the good of the whole, even if maybe your idea is shot down.
And I love that you can keep everybody accountable through your efforts through the paper.
Let's hope so.
With your,
All right.
with your
Well,
pen.
Dennis, I'm glad you're doing something.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
thank you.
great. Dennis Domrzalski, everybody, reinventing our city. The event is this Thursday. I want to contact Dennis for more info. Dennis Domrzalski with Albuquerque Business First to lead off the Morning Brew today. We'll be back in just a moment.